let's queer up technology. Dictionary.com adds gay, marry, and other LGBTQ plus terms. Dictionary.com has released its seasonal batch of new words. Many of them are gloriously gay. As Dictionary.com explains, the new additions represent the always evolving nature of English, which is why Nepo baby and Big Pharma also made the cut. That's also why Dictionary.com's lexicographers made a dictionary-wide change for this update, working to replace binary pronouns in various definitions. Rather than saying his or her, many such instances have been replaced with their, or have been rewritten to remove pronouns altogether. Dictionary.com lexicographer K.E. Calloway wrote in the website's update post that the change was made for inclusivity and usage. As far as new terms go, Dictionary.com added gay marry as a verb, which of course means to marry a person of the same gender. Stealth, the term used to refer to trans people who pass as cisgender full-time without revealing that they're trans, was also included in this round of updates. Amalgagender, for one, refers to someone whose gender identity is informed by the fact that they are intersex. Also included are autosexual and autoromantic, which refer to people whose primary sexual romantic attraction is directed towards themselves, much like many of the people I have dated. This is good. I love inclusivity, but I have to take issue. I don't like the term gay marry. I don't like gay marry. I don't like gay marriage. It others ourselves. And we say it here on the show, and I get it. We say marriage past or this. We should say marriage equality, because that's what it is. It brings us equal. To say gay marry makes it sound like we are different, that we are set aside, that we are not the same, and we are. So I don't like that part.
Well, as a writer, it does make my heart swell to witness the expansion of the language. And I hope someday to find a place for these words in a review, a poem, or a short story, or a personal essay. So
language is constantly evolving, and I also appreciate that now they're finally realizing that pronouns don't have to be just she and her. You know, we've been using their all our time. When somebody drops a pen and we don't know whose pen that is, we say, who is this pen belong to? They left their pen, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and now they're including it in the dictionary, and that's like extremely affirming and like just significant to non-binary people all across the world.
You know, it's interesting to me, to the point that you just made. You reference the pronoun designation. Of course, it's much more, historically, is much more important to you than it is to me. When we started focusing a couple of years ago on pronoun designation, my eyes would roll up in the back of my head of going, oh, come on, y'all, what's the big deal? Well, the idiocy was not of the pronouns. The idiocy was Al's eyes rolling up into the back of his head, because it is important. Mm-hmm. And it takes time to understand that. And for me, pronouns sitting next to you is interesting, because now I realize the problem was never you. The problem was always me. And as a result, when we make the commitment to say, well, first, can we just accept and respect that that is their preference? Mm-hmm. And if we can do that, then we can start to move to a place where I am today, which is no problem on the pronouns, because it represents respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what Dictionary.com is doing.
Absolutely.
Dictionary.com is saying our language evolves, and they have to evolve and help us push along in evolving. The other thing that I love about what Dictionary.com has done is when they announced these words and the definitions that they added in three very specific places in the country: at Liberty University, at Lynchburg, at Southern Baptist Convention in Nashville, and in the Governor's Mansion in Tallahassee. When Dictionary.com did this, you could hear heads explode. And so therefore, Dictionary.com did us a nice favor. We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ+ evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.